Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're starting with the F2P videos on Tower 110, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So very quickly, what are going to be the restrictions? So number one, I'm only going to use event supporters, the kind that you receive at 5 out of 5. No campaign supporters like, let's say, the new Rincon. No, this is a seasonal supporter. A campaign supporter would be something like, let's see. There's really few of those, but a good example is Butler Asagi. If I'm able to find her, let's just go blue and she should be around here. Yeah, this is a campaign supporter, similar to Red Ingrid, or also, where is Red Ingrid? Over here. Yeah. Anna Rose 2 is a campaign supporter. Red Ingrid is a campaign supporter. So I'm going to avoid those, and I'm only going to go with the ones that we receive a 5 out of 5. And there's a pretty good amount of useful ones, just so that you know. Unfortunately, blue is extremely limited on what it can do F2P. So if you want to enhance your account, I do suggest getting blue supporters, the kind that are actually useful. And well, today we're gonna go with green, just so that you know. We're doing green runs, and let's check what are my options. So any SR supporter is available for me to use, and then we have Katarzyna, which is awful. You shouldn't. Please don't. Don't use this one. We have Nanami, which I do not recommend because her main role is just increasing increasing recovering HP if you equip it on the main, but there's better options for that. We have Ichika and her counterpart, where is her? Kotone. These two are great if you are melee, but nowadays we have more recent supporters that are give more benefit than this if you fulfill the conditions. They're still pretty useful if you want to use them on a melee build, do so. We also have Yuna, which is extremely niche because we are not able to buff the enemy. There's only one supporter that is able to do that. But if we were able to buff the enemy ourselves, this would be really, really useful. Unfortunately, that's not the case, though the active is nice. I won't deny that. Then we have Misaki, great supporter that we cannot use on tower because this is for BR. We also have Lefria, very useful supporter at the beginning of the game, but when you have weapons 5 out of 5, it stops being useful. Just keep that in mind. Then we also have Yachio, which is good, but not the kind of supporter that you want to use on tower. The HP recovery is not fast enough to take advantage of this. We have Lamarck. Lamarck is a really good supporter. It is great on tower. It is not that great on BR because we have Misaki, but we're using Lamarck in these builds. We also have Anemone, which it is not that great. Honestly, it is a PvP supporter, so try not to use it. We also have New Year Koharu. I do not recommend this one. The buff that it gives are just too small. For some reason, their numbers are not even 20 or 24. Usually, a supporter like this should be 24 on both numbers. So, yeah, try not to use this one. We have Torajiro, excellent supporter that you can use F2P, very nice. We also have Lydia Barretta over here, and we have Mitsuki, and we have Aina. Aina is only for machines. These two are for machine human and assist suppress. Really, really good. And we're gonna be using Micah right now, as you can see. Another important thing that I'm gonna mention, I won't limit myself on the sub weapon because I don't have like many weapons for every character at 5 out of 5 and plus 15. But an important highlight here. As you can see, this weapon gives me 7087 attack and 7605 critical. Look at the stats of the limited weapon. Yeah, the stats on both sides are lower. What really matters about the limited weapons is the effect. That's what's busted. But I mean, there's no. I mean, maybe there is such a thing as pay to win stats with the weapons, but it's more the effect than the stats. I can tell you that. Just compare your weapons with the limited ones if you have them at the same copy and enchantment, and you're gonna see that the arena weapons are usually excellent as basics. So yeah, I'm using this one. As for the Magatamas, on this specific build, critical damage water Magatamas, whatever attack Magatamas on the sublet, both weapons 5 out of 5 and plus 15, 4 skills, Shadowless Kick to deal damage, Moon Assault to recover HP, Take Over to immobilize the enemy and gain an attack buff. If you don't like that, you can use Calamity Over. It also gives you an attack buff and it's an actual attack, but I like the control over the enemy, so I'm taking this. Then, Mitsuki, just to increase my attack because I'm assist. Beretta the same because I'm machine. And Aina Winchester. I mean, if I wanted to deal more damage, I would just equip Ichika or Kotone. In fact, Ichika on the main would be the best option because it gives me damage reduction. But this one is consistent, so I don't have to worry about the active and the time of the debuff. So I'm just using this for the sake of consistency. Stats of the customs, stat training, and an important thing to mention is that I have all the awakenings. You want to deal with this kind of content when you have a decent amount of awakenings, because at this point it is obviously going to be difficult. So let's do the first run. And I'm gonna be using the name of Fuma always. Only one formation, and it's the name of Fuma because it is the best formation in my opinion for challenging content. I mean, when you want survivability, and in most cases you do. And you can also go hyper offensive, but I'm not doing that. Okay, nice, and I just use Shadowless Kick. So this part specifically is the one that takes the longest. Murasaki has defense, well, damage reduction against skill damage. Every boss has that trait. And Murasaki in particular has damage reduction against machines. So that's a 40% damage reduction that I have to deal with, while the other bosses only have a 20% damage reduction. So yeah, Murasaki is gonna take some time to beat. I just heal and I use my active and I use Shadowless Kick and I start dealing with all the mobs, no problem. Moon Assault, and I charge my ultimate too. The ultimate is gonna be extremely useful. May I? There. Nice. Because the ultimate bypasses the damage reduction. The damage reduction for all bosses is on skills. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind if you want to fight in this particular stage. So there we go. Nice. Now come closer. Yes. And I'm about to use the active. Active there. Damage. And I just use Shadowless Kick. Just a couple more hits. Take over. Ah, it didn't. Come on, take over. Like that. Excellent. I just use Shadowless Kick. I do the last attack. And then I use the ultimate. Nice. So the ultimate is going to be super important if you're doing an F2P strategy. Or an F2P build in this case. Because it bypasses the damage reduction as I mentioned. And it will give you the ability to just clear the mobs. Super important. And also HP recovery is important in some degree depending on your damage. And I'm gonna show you that in a moment. I mean, with a different character who really, really needs the HP recovery. Like, everyone does, or most of them does, because on this kind of content, the kind of damage that you can get out of F2P supporters and weapons is not going to be enough to explode the enemies quickly, to just two-shot them. You're gonna be able to clear it, but you do need HP recovery. Keep that in mind. So I just do my skills. Excellent, just like that. And I recover HP. Careful, Nagi is one of the enemies that interrupt you the most. So you want to be careful, because there are characters like Micah, which, if interrupted, can just get stun lock into death. So careful there. Yeah, come on. HP recovery, nice. A couple of hits to charge my particles and disarm with shadowless kick, moon assault. Let's see, how much damage do I deal? 1,000, good enough, good enough. So I'll just use shadowless kick one more time, and that should do it. I don't even need to use the ultimate. Up. Gimme that HP. Yeah. So yeah, I'll deal with them manually. I want to use the ultimate on the next wave. And should I? I don't need it. I don't need it. It's gonna be way too easy, the next wave. Because Kirara is not the tankiest enemy out there. Honestly, it's pretty easy. The one which is the easiest to beat is Nagi, but Kirara is not that difficult to destroy. So recover HP and get close, immobilize, and shadowless kick. And yeah, we can see that the fact that I don't have the busted supporters that increase my damage, those mean that I'm not gonna 2-combo these enemies ever. But it's fine. It's fine for the most part. The big disadvantage is that there's some colors that really don't have that many HP recovery options, defensive options, or damaging options, if we limit ourselves to F2P. While I do these builds to show you what you can do, please be sure to use the gacha supporters or the limited supporters. Those are available to you and you should use them. Now, the next one is going to be Ragnarok. Ragnarok falls into a category that can abuse a specific supporter that I'm going to show you. So, I'm going to use the Candy Saber because it's kinda F2P, but I mean, the sub weapon doesn't matter, it's only the stats. 5 out of 5 and plus 15. As for the main, an SR weapon, one of the best SR weapons. Critical damage increase by 80%. 5 out of 5 plus 15, of course. Critical damage Magatemas again, with whatever attack Magatemas. As for the skills, I'm gonna go with Snowstorm, Icicle Zone, and Frostwind. Icicle Zone and Frostwind give me a buff. I could throw in Freezing Slash to have 2 buffs, but I like the AoE of Frostwind for this stage, so I'm gonna use that instead. Then, Yuna. Why Yuna? Because she increases tremendously the HP restoration from all sources, while we have a UR version of an HP recovery supporter in the form of... Where is she? Where is the nurse? Here she is. In the form of Nanami. She only gives 36% HP restoration increase. So yeah, Yuna gives me more. Yeah, the HP is lower, sure, but it doesn't matter. I care about the HP restoration. And I'm not using her I mean, this gives me 28% on 61 seconds, while this one gives me 24% on 48 seconds. It's faster. So if you really need the HP recovery, which you want, you can just activate it faster. I just say that I won't need it, so you can use Torajiro or Mitsuki on the main if you want, but I'll show you that I don't need the supporters because this character is busted. So, stats of the customs, stat training, and now let's do the run. Before I forget, the magic, the reason why I use Yuna is because of this leader skill that allows me to recover HP whenever I freeze the enemy, and I freeze the enemy with a ton of my skills. So it is extremely easy to abuse. Characters that have that kind of fast HP recovery are gonna benefit with Yuna a ton. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Come closer, guys. Come closer. Yeah, just like that. Excellent. Pretty easy, pretty simple, and the HP is not gonna be an issue. Avoid. And just keep attacking and dealing damage. That's it. That's all. Yeah, the only disadvantage is that it is a little bit difficult to deal with that specific robot. The one that wants to tackle and explode. Because I freeze it. Yeah, well, still, I can manage. Yeah, like this. Perfect. And done. Eliminated. With full HP. I mean, it is extremely easy. It's Ragnarok. Of course, it's gonna be easy. And that brings me to the topic. Not every character is going to be able to do F2P runs. And not every character is going to be able to do them on specific colors. For example, Francis. Francis, I don't know if she can do an F2P run. She has a very competent color in blue. Without the limited weapon, I mean, she wants to go blue. It's just that. What's the issue? That we don't have good F2P supporters that enhance her specifically on blue. I mean, there is Sakuya, yeah, that reduces damage taken from demons. And that's it. That's kind of the only good pick that she can take. Because for damage increase, it is a little bit difficult since this is a mixed stage. As I have been mentioned repeatedly lately, there's just not too many F2P supporters that give you damage increase, generic damage increase on blue. Lily is an option, but she's for protective characters. So yeah, Francis being as is out of the picture. She's not gonna receive a buff. So yeah, if you know a way to do an F2P run with Francis, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm interested. But there's gonna be those characters which have troubles with certain restrictions. Yeah, and that reminds me, Gremory really should do a roguelike mode. It would be really interesting, and restrictions like those would make for interesting runs. Or very difficult runs, at least. Yeah. Now, I mean, I didn't even need to use the ultimate. It's Ragnarok, of course. So that's one less. Let's just unequip. And let's go with Micah. Micah. Another fortunate character which has the critical weapon. So we're gonna take advantage of that. Whatever weapon, 5 out of 5 and plus 13. This one 5 out of 5 plus 15. Again, critical damage Magatamas with whatever element and whatever attack Magatamas on the subslot. So, depending on the number of copies, you might use a different supporter than the ones that I'm gonna show you. But let me explain. Over here on the skills, we have Ruthless Explosion because of the AoE, Carpet Bombing because of the AoE, and Incendiary Round because of the huge damage and big AoE. So yeah, AoE, you know? The busted skills for Micah as usual. Then we have Lamarck. Lamarck has benefits. She is going to enhance human damage. The damage they deal is higher. That's nice. It is not as high as other supporters, but the healing compensates for that difference. So we are going to use the healing, even though it has an absurd cooldown. Then, what else do we have? We have Baretta because we are a human. Unfortunately, we cannot equip Mizuki because we are Protect, and Mizuki is not for Protect type characters, so instead we just use Torajiro. But if you're having trouble with your crits, why not equip Lefria? Lefria is a viable option. I have cleared a run with Lefria, but honestly, you do want to increase your damage as much as possible. Micah is the kind of character which can obliterate everything quickly with the right damage multipliers. But she cannot take too many hits. That's why I have healing. But even so, the healing in this particular character is not, in this particular support is not great because of the long cooldown. So I have to clear the stage quickly. Stats of the customs, stat training, and let's do the run. So, the first thing that we do is that we get near the enemies, we wait for the attack, and we just use our 3 skill together. In conjunction, they will be able to deal with every enemy but this one. Oh, come on. Why won't you die? Nanomachine, son. There. Now, let us see. An evade, a double dash. A double dash, I said. And now I just use this, and I also use the active. As I mentioned, we want to use the active constantly, because that way you're gonna start the cooldown. And there we go. Almost. Just 1,000 more. I just have to wait. And it is good to wait so that I am able to reduce the cooldown of Lamarck. Lamarck. If only she was a little bit better. Like, she really needs a buff. But Gremory is not buffing all supporters. We know that. And kaput. There we go. Really easy, really simple. And as you can see, as I mentioned, as long as you have a good amount of damage, that's why I use 3 supporters that increase damage, you're able to defeat the enemy quickly. And you don't have to worry about using Lamarck. This, and incendiary rounds. Just one more. There, excellent. So, what do I want to do here? I want to get near the enemy, then I evade, then I double dash, then I use incendiary round. And I finish with the ultimate. Well, Kirar is ready. Done. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I mean, Micah is just so OP. So yeah, there's gonna be characters that can't do green builds. I mean, Lapis can do a green build. Asuka, can you do a green build, my dear? Let's see. So, and the question is not whether... Oh, yeah, she can. The thing is, Asuka probably can do an F2P run because she really, really, really wants the good weapons. If you go with arena weapons, she'll probably struggle with this stage. If you use gacha weapons, yeah, she can go with Baretta, Mizuki, and where is Mizuki? Mizuki and Torajiro, and she would do fine. That's the thing. Their restrictions limit what I can do over here, but you don't have to take those restrictions. Take advantage of everything that is in your box, guys. I'm just showing you that even with those restrictions, it is possible to clear the stages. Not with everyone, not with everyone. Poor weapons, poor skills and colors. Oh, she wants to go blue, but she can't. Well, anyways, I hope you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!